George, I just love tourist men. They're so lovable. They grow great beards. And they're so funny.
They also have a great sense of order. I order you to stay here for the next 4 or 5 years.
Oh. George, is Connie reading you?
No, I never put anything in writing, Hugh.
I see. Well, how do you read people?
Oh, there are a lot of... You've been talking about the occult. You can tell a lot about people by the way they react to television commercials, as an example. It's a very common denominator. Everyone sees them. Can I...
Sure.
Can I do a number for you so I don't have to ease into it? Television commercials. There's only one for cold remedies, by the way. If anyone should have a cold, I've had a cold since the Second World War. Have you ever had one of those colds that just hangs on? Nix Formula 45 cough syrup contains silentium, which works on the cough control center. That's that little white dot you have in your head. You see it when you brush the back of your hair. Hey, yeah. Or in a clothing store mirror, you always notice your dot. And some guys have nicer dots than others. Now, the idea being, if you're healthy, the line coming out of your dot, which we call your white dot line, should look something like this. If you cough, looks like a crime graph. And if you take a cough syrup that contains codeine, a Class B narcotic referred to by junkies as soft drinks, you take something dangerous like codeine, and yes, it'll work on your cough control center, but you'll have 8 or 9 lines coming out of your white dot. You are stoned, and although the codeine cough syrups work, they may produce, and we've been warned on television, they may produce dangerous narcotic side effects. Narcotics hangover. Well, we'll ask the druggist. He should know. Can you recommend a cough syrup?
Well, I got a couple of kinds I can let you have. I got one here that contains codeine. That's a narcotic, works on the cough control center. That's that little white dot you have in your head. It'll do the job for you, but it may produce, as we've been warned on the TV, dangerous narcotics side effects, narcotics hangovers. On the other hand, I got Vicks Formula 44 with silentium. It works the same way, but there's no side effects. What do you think you'd like? Hey, let me hand you over the codeine.
The drugstore. People say they have a drug problem in this country. Where do you hear that? At the drugstore. Well, of course they have a drug problem if they have stores for it. Someone's got to abuse it. The drugstore is interesting. The pharmacist knows more about your private life than anyone. Pharmacist knows what you're hooked on, he knows what you take too much of, he knows where you put the ointment. And he knows who else is using the ointment. They know a lot, and I don't trust them. Me, myself, personally, I can hear them behind the counter when I go in. Hey, Phil, look, you bought another tube of this. You still got it. Ah. I go to the self-service section. Over there, they insult your intelligence, too. Though, have you ever noticed the names of the products in a drugstore? Every product is named for what it does. The name is a functional name, describing the function of the product. Cute little catchy names. Sleepies, No-Dos, Denture Grip, Orifix. That sounds a little freaky, doesn't it? Listen, may I have a case of Orifix?
Not in this drugstore, buddy. I just got that license.
You know the names, though. Scuff Coat, Sup Hose, Car New, Whisker Wilter, Right Guard, Hair Arranger, Odor No, Kleenex, Windex, Somonex, Beauty Rest, Chapstick, Pretty Feet, Nose, Coat. It's all written out and spelled out for you. You'd really have to be stupid to bring home spick and span for warts, right? You want wart off, or warts away, or wow, Willie, where's your wart? Something that sounds good. Now, this is true of products today. It will also be true someday of birth control pills. As you know, right now, birth control pills are still on prescription. You need a note to get them. It's kind of dopey. Hey, I got my note. Give me some. A little demeaning, really. Someday, birth control pills will be sold like aspirins. There'll be 1-cent sales at Rexall. There'll be attractive Christmas cartons. And there'll be merchandising and singing jingles. And they'll need names for birth control pills which describe the function of the product. How about Pregnot? Embryo. Well, that's for the science-minded. Here's one the ladies like, especially in hot weather. Nary a carry. Something lofty and poetic. Nay, family way. Something earthy and crude. Mom bomb. Something for the teenagers. Junior miss. Here's a real man's product. Inconceivable. Mommy not fetus failed, kitty killed, papa stopper, whatever you're looking for, they'll have it. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with a birth control pill that doesn't work all the time. And call it baby maybe. Well, when this millennium arrives, this following telephone call will never bother bachelors again. And they are bothered by it. So are married men. It's a bad call. Hello.
Hello? Dave?
Yeah, this is Dave. Who is this?
This is Jane.
Jane? Jane who?
Jane.
Jane?
Jane, you met me at a party about 6 to 8 weeks ago. And you said I was a real good sport.
Oh, good, yes. Jane. How are you, Jane?
Pregnant. And I'm gonna jump out the window.
Say, you are a good sport, aren't you, Jane?